Welcome to the Marketing for the Culture podcast, powered by the African American Marketing Association. Each week, we'll bring you an insightful conversation from some of the best experts in our industry on how to advance our career. Join the collective of Black marketers across the world, advancing their brand as we work towards creating a collaborative community.
And welcome to another edition of the Marketing for the Culture podcast. I'm your host, CL Palmer, aka CL Pod Gang. Rolling with me is the most humble but very excellent Michelle Gnome from the African American Marketing Association. This good sister is the founder, head of all those good titles. I was trying to think of a good one. I had just went blank, but
Head of foolishness and shenanigans.
All of that.
Thanks for tuning in.
And we thank you for joining us. And we are here to bring some marketing knowledge to your brain every single week. But this week, we're going to share some of our brain. We're going to talk about some of our favorite things from this year as far as business, gadgets, things we watched on TV, and kind of just give you a little insight into who we are, but also maybe learn a few things about how you can, smarten up your workflow and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, what's going on with you today? How you feeling after the Thanksgiving holiday? I know we missed everybody last week. I was under the weather, but we still here.
Yeah, of course. I ain't going nowhere. I feel good. I feel really good. I'm really blessed today. The day of the recording is Giving Tuesday. So
yes,
special thank you and shout out to everyone that gave, not just today, but during our giving campaign, which is running until the end of December this year, December 31st. So if you have some spare change in between this Christmas shopping, go ahead and donate to the giving campaign. We want to keep membership free, and we want to continue to provide great resources and opportunities and exciting things to our members and our network. So that's what has me feeling good about today, just the generosity of so many people.
Yes, and we very much so appreciate every last dime, piece of time, second, minute that everybody has given us this year. It is a group effort for us to be able to help push the community forward. So anything that you're able to do, hopefully it's monetary because this is Giving Tuesday, but if you have anything else to give to the community, we are definitely more than welcome to have that. So, get that AAMA.
What has you feeling good?
I mean, I got a couple things. I guess for one, I did make a little breakthrough with content creation. If I want to do something very personal, I've been trying to figure out my personal brand, and I had a very productive meeting with a gentleman, matter of fact, from the AAMA wins from that referral.
Yeah.
The homie Chris, he's very talented. He actually just launched his book on Friday. I gotta find the name of it. I'm gonna share that out with y'all. But yeah, he's very good at helping people shape their narrative and basically giving you what to say. So you can have your talking points when you out here, trying to own the clubhouse streets. And I think that's something that a lot of people should do. Not just saying that because I feel like he's good for business, but I think it would help people because I know, especially a person like me, if you're into marketing, you spend a lot of time putting on other people's shoes, but you don't spend a lot of time just figuring out exactly how your shoes fit, if that makes sense. Because you you always are thinking about how another person thinks and feels and communicates. But when it's time to define you as a brand, you have to come up with them same things. And I know for me, I'm too much in my own head. Like I just need somebody else to tell me,
Yeah.
because I'm going to judge myself. I'm going to think about things too personally. Like, no, I don't want to share that. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would just go there, and I didn't want to do that. So I look forward to working with him. But I have been doing some self-discovery, and I think I might have hit something. So y'all might see me in these social media streets real soon.
Okay. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, so definitely got to get rid of this congestion first before I start any new initiatives. But I mean, other than that, I'm real excited for what I'm about to do in 2022.
Yeah, I am too.
Like, there's a lot just forming. We can kind of see the clouds. Maybe it's just clouds of content. It's about to just rain down on y'all in a minute.
Flooding the internet streets.
And so I'm real jazzed up about that, though. We
are in a good position right now, and stay tuned.
Yeah. Like, I don't even want to start talking about that, because we could go all day. Like,
I like censoring myself. Like, do I say
that? Let's stick to the podcast. So yeah, once again, this is Marketing for the Culture. And this week we are going to do everybody's favorite thing on the internet, a list. We are working on a list of our favorite things. And I thought about doing a real long Oprah-like list, but I didn't want to make this episode too long, and I didn't want to make y'all listen that long. So I just picked a few things. And I guess we could start with the top. And our first category is favorite app. Now, everybody loves apps. Everybody has 100 apps on your phone. But there's always that one every so often that changes your life. And I've had one that's changed my life over the last couple years. And this is the first time I really found a space to talk about it. Now, like, did you want to go first, or should I go ahead and share? All right. So my pick for app is Filmic Pro. Now, Filmic Pro is a camera app and that gives you DSLR settings on your phone. So you can get real granular with the way that you color, the zoom and focus, and you can get your shot very precise, and it takes advantage of all the features that the camera has and allows you to use each one depending on what phone you got. Now, when I started using this app, I had an iPhone. Love it on the iPhone. It was the perfect thing. Like, that separated me from using the thing that separated the Filmic Pro from the camera app was the fact that when I was dealing with less than perfect lighting conditions, I could get the light correct. It had like a guide. That's the word. It had a guide to let me see the lighting on the sides of my person, and I was able to get everything even. And that was very useful because I had some shots, of course we dark skinned. So we got to have good light. Yeah. So we look good in the camera. But it was just very helpful to have some of those guides and some of those features that I don't have in the regular camera app. And I end up getting it on my Android that I'm using temporarily. And I mean, everything's the same. Camera's not quite the same, of course. And I'm not trying to talk down on Android, but I went from a 11 Pro to a S20. But as far as the application goes, everything is there, and it's giving me the same ability. So it's about $15 in the App Store. So yeah. See, that's another thing. If y'all know about me, I pay for apps. Like I'm about to drop $60 on an iPad app.
What app?
It's a soundboard app.
Okay.
But it's worth it. But that's a whole other conversation.
So let's go back to the film. What's it called?
Filmic Pro.
Filmic Pro. So is this for photo and video?
It's only for video, but there is.
I need a vlog.
Right, but it has a photo app in its suite. Like they got like 4 or 5 apps that you can download, and so one of them is a photo app, and then another one is this cool app I like. It's called Double Shot, which is it uses all the same stuff for the most part, but Double Shot allows you to shoot off 2 cameras at the same time. And so you could make like a picture-in-picture video. So it's like you can talk into the phone and like record something in front of you and like, give a live reaction. I haven't used it as much, but it's pretty cool.
Because sometimes I do watch these videos and I'm like, houseway. How they do that? But I'm also the person, like, I don't play around to figure out the advanced features on my phone or figure out what apps do what. Okay, but that's good to know because I'm going to start doing more video anyways.
I mean, it only came up because I was looking to take advantage of the 3 cameras on my 11 Pro.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time that I've experienced something like that. Of course, now it's commonplace, but I really wanted to take advantage of it. And then I got a new client that wanted to shoot some videos because he was not satisfied with his first set of videos. And I wanted to just do some testing, but I'm like, man, I need something that's going to help punch it up without me having to just go buy a camera. And then that's how we got to it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And we might need to talk about this a little bit more later for my personal benefit, because I bought an iPhone a couple of months ago for one reason, and I haven't been using it this month. But I'm like, Michelle, you need to start using this for all your video. So yeah, I'm intrigued. So thank you for that.
No problem. And just my opinion, like iPhones just do better in all kinds of light. I'm not quite sure of the camera terms and things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm not, what do you call those people? Photographers. I'm not one of those. But yeah, that from my experience, you can get more consistent quality across different lighting than you would with the Android. The Android, to me, can really fall off in low light and get very grainy. But I seem to have been able to keep up the quality no matter what on the iPhone, which is why I'll be getting another one soon. Another story for another day.
Yeah, same. I don't like my iPhone. And one thing that I don't like is when I've been taking photos and videos, is transferring it to my Google Drive or my Dropbox. It hasn't been an efficient process. So my friend gave me some tips on how to do that. So I'll have to figure it out.
You don't use Google Photos?
For my Android, I'm used to for my Android when I take a photo, um, I don't know. I don't have any problems transferring it. Like I don't know if it's because of the Google thing, but I never have a problem with it. And then another thing on my Android, when I take a photo, it's in multiple areas unless I delete it, which I actually like. But if I want to transfer it to my Dropbox or my Drive, that way I can get on the computer and make edits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem. But on my Android, I would have a problem. Or, it just won't download quickly for one reason or another.
I got you. So, all right. So, yeah. So, what you need to do is you need to have the Google Photos app on your iPhone
Mm-hmm.
and just set it to back up everything on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then that has been the most efficient way I've been able to move videos and photos from my phone to the computer, because it uses all your Google storage. So you pick whatever one you want your whatever account you want your photos to go to, and you just let them upload. Be on Wi-Fi and it'll just update.
And I think that was another thing, because the iPhone was my secondary phone, and only certain people had that phone number. I just didn't do too much with it. And I'm not crazy about apps to begin with. So I'm like downloading these miscellaneous apps for my iPhone. And then some things are just standard on the Android phone, which
Right.
Google Photos, Google stuff is. So yeah, thank you for that.
No problem. Okay. No problem. I am a power Google user.
Yes.
I have relied on them for my ecosystem for a long time. So even though I was on an iPhone, I was still backing up my pictures to my Google Photos, because it didn't matter what phone I was on. Mm-hmm. They're always going back to the same place.
I love it. So speaking of Google, my favorite app is Google Keep. It's between Google Keep and Any.do. And the reason why is because on Google Keep, especially if I'm not on the go compared to pre-pandemic / corporate,
right?
But I could either talk or type into the notepad. But when I got home to work on my laptop, it will pull up in Google Sheets. And I was like, okay. And that's because at least at the time, I do a lot of content creation. And obviously, a lot of the best ideas come when you're driving, when I'm walking at the park, when I'm away from the computer. And I was like, oh, let me jot this down. So I just have everything in one place, or because it's Google, it can transfer over to Google Sheets or Google Docs. Yeah.
I've had experience with both of those apps, Any.do and Google Keep, and I don't know. It felt good to use them, but I guess because I have so many different note-taking apps that I have not found one that I can just stick to and go back to and make my task and do all of that stuff, which is, I know y'all seen my marker just fall. That shit was amazing. I don't even know how that happened. I'm in here by myself, by the way. But I know I was in to ClickUp, and I'm still in the ClickUp, and I think that might be the place where things go. Like I might end up just Xing out Any.do, and if I can have something on my Android for Google Keep, and then I can have my notes on my iPhone or Evernote, whatever, and I can send it back to ClickUp, I think that's probably how I could commit to doing stuff. But man, I suck at writing things down. I need to do it more.
I'm still old school. I prefer to do a lot of handwriting,
It
but
helps. It helps.
it does. For me, it definitely helps because my memory is not good. But, like I said, you have those moments where you're on the go and it's just easier to, record, to talk into something. And then depending on what it is, because Google Docs can transcribe. But if not, I'll go to rev.com. They have a smaller company, I think called Timmy.com, where it's like 25 cents per minute. It'll transcribe for you. So trying to find ways to be efficient and productive.
It's not a bad idea. Just write out all of my thoughts.
Yeah, because it depends on how long the voice note is, right?
True. Okay. No, I could dig that. So tried and true. Google Keep, one of these apps that I know everybody, at least on the Android, has. If you're not taking advantage of any type of note-taking apps, then you're probably doing something wrong with your life, and you need to take care. You need to take some more notes. I know I do. See, I got notes on the whiteboard.
So many notes, the markers are falling off.
I know. It's just like there are more words just pushing the markers off the edge. That's what's actually happening. I didn't realize that. Oh my gosh.
All right. So what's your favorite gadget?
So I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to lie. This is my number one gadget for a creator. Let's just say that. If you're making stuff right now and you're on a budget, but you really need to get bang for your buck, a 2021 MacBook Air is the thing you probably want the most in your life. I'm not going to front.
You just got yours.
I know. That's why I know it's my favorite thing. It's my favorite gadget. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm a computer person.
Mm-hmm.
Most of you who know me, I built PCs. I have made a lot of time to troubleshoot and figure out a lot of different things about computers. And this is the first time I have owned a computer and I could say that I could do pretty much anything as far as reasonable goes of content creation on my laptop without feeling like the shit was going to break. I've had laptops and I even had one really good one that I gave to a pawn shop and I wish I didn't. But I was, editing video, chopping up podcasts. And it didn't seem like that was an actual thing unless you had like the MacBook Pro. Like I just really thought you had to have a MacBook Pro to get into some of the tasks. And I'll say this, and if you use Adobe products, it's very much for you because Adobe has made all of their apps natively available on Apple chips.
Okay.
But I was saying,
a MacBook Air. Mm-hmm.
The M1.
Okay.
It definitely changes everything that you would think about on an entry-level MacBook. And it gives me a lot of confidence to say that every creator, if you're a podcaster, a vlogger, TikTok dancer, whatever. Now, I know a lot of y'all use y'all phones, but if you really trying to take your creation game to the next level, I would say start with that MacBook Air. And I did something drastic. I traded in my iPhone to get my MacBook.
Okay.
But I had a spare phone, so it was okay. But yeah, I had to get that guy. It's like now I'm getting shit done like everywhere. I don't have to be in the basement anymore. This shit feels great.
Okay.
I'm officially in the mafia. Like I'm going to have Apple everything in a few years.
That's interesting. Because I had a MacBook Pro, I think 15 inches, maybe 17. I got it in 2013.
Yeah, that's old.
Yeah. And then I bought an HP laptop last year. And it was, I'll just say I didn't have enough money for a MacBook Pro, right? Because it wasn't a planned expense. It was like, I need something, you know how that is now. Da, da, da. And I thought the MacBook Air was too small for my hands. Not that I have big hands, but I'm just used to this big ass laptop.
Yeah.
And I bought the HP, but it's probably like maybe $200 to $300 less than the MacBook Air. And it's not like I paid cash for this thing either. But listening to you, kind of feel like, am I regretting my decision from 12 months ago?
Excuse me. No, I didn't mean to make you feel like that, but I definitely could see spending like $600-700 on a laptop, thinking like, well, I just saved me a little money and think it's gonna be comparable. But the more I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's probably not close. It's at least for me, because I know for a fact, like there's one, if I went to Micro Center, they have like this $600 laptop with an NVIDIA card in it. So I know it's going to be able to handle some abuse, but I just know how Windows stuff is, bro. It's like it's just not going to cut it at some point.
And that's another thing. Like this laptop, I can fold it and it turns into a tablet.
That shit is useless.
It's like, ooh, cool. And then 12 months later, have I even folded my laptop? So
I had one of those. I mean, it's good if your laptop is going to be used for entertainment purposes, because you can definitely set it up and watch TV, you know, whatever you into on there. But it's like, when it's for work.
Yeah.
Shit is for work.
And especially just being drastically stationary at this point, it doesn't even matter. So okay.
So what you got? What's your gadget? I know
that's what I'm thinking. I feel conflicted because I don't feel like I have a gadget, but I made a purchase last night I'm really excited about. Okay. And it's a planner. So it's not electronic, it's not a device, but it's called my PA planner, my personal assistant planner. And the reason why I bought it is because it has your year-end review, your business plan, your marketing plan, and then your 12-month calendar. And I feel like this is who I am. This designer gets me. This woman has been in my head, and finally the planner I dreamed for. And it was funny because I literally spent 10 hours researching planners, and one of my friends was laughing at me. And I felt like this was a major decision. And I literally found it in the midnight hour. And what impressed me the most was I could download the free template, the whole template. And as I was scrolling through, one, with me being able to download it, I was able to zoom in and see everything, because lots of times there's not good pictures, and you're like, and then I watched the 30-minute YouTube video, and that just sold me immediately. So I'm excited about that. When I get it, I'm going to do a whole video on it. Okay. But I was really impressed that it had the business plan, the marketing plan, a content calendar in there, and then your actual 12-month calendar with the monthly, the weeks. So we'll see what it looks like when I get it in my hands, but
that sounds pretty dope.
Yeah.
I could probably use something like that myself. Only problem is I probably would not use it. Only because I need only certain things to be written down. And it's like I need my mindset things for my writing, and everything else can be digital, because I spend a lot of time, like, I can't say disconnected because I'm not disconnected, but like I take chunks of time away from the phone, away from my iPad, away from the PC, and I'm just kind of like away from stuff. And even having the planner, like having it in my office, I know it would have to be on the wall behind me. It had to be something big as hell, like that. Be like, stop here and do something with it.
I have that too. I'm gonna send you a link because she has multiple digital versions.
Okay.
Yeah, multiple digital versions, and hopefully you can see something that you like. And I'll send you the free template too. But I just felt like,
but I like the idea though.
Exactly. And she put so much thought into it. And then for me to watch the video and to actually hear her thought process, I was like, this makes sense. And I think, kind of going back to what you said, the actual reason why I made the purchase is because I can have everything in one document versus multiple places, because I already have two.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I already have 2 planning sessions next month when it comes to my business and marketing strategy. And I'm like, if I already have it in my planner, and, once again, year in review, business plan, marketing plan for the year, and then your actual yearly activity, to me, it was a no-brainer. But I'll send you the link, and we can also put the link in the show notes. Because
definitely.
I just thought it was very clever and comprehensive. It wasn't girly either.
That's good. I'm ready to see that. So yeah, send that over, and we're gonna leave that in the show notes. Everything we've shared so far in the show, we are going to share in the show notes.
Yes.
A little alliteration for you right there. It's a little bumpy at first, but I got there.
Thank you for listening to Marketing for the Culture podcast. If you haven't already, please subscribe, whether it's on Apple, Google, Spotify, or your favorite podcast platform. And of course, our videos are on YouTube. If you have a moment, feel free to give us a rate, review, or just comment. We appreciate our sponsors for their continuous support. Also, if you're interested in learning more about our sponsors or becoming a member of the African American Marketing Association, visit aa-ma.org.